Greetings, it is I. Welcome to another Dalekcast, where today our first question comes from Dillian Stolensberger. It reads, was the Dalek Prime Minister craft destroyed in when the 11th Doctor released his regenerate when he regenerated and destroyed all the Daleks on Trenzalore? There was a different Prime Minister, just say no. Stolensberger. So, we also have a question from Giratina, of all people. He said, ask a drone if you'll be a villain in Season 3. Yes, drone. I don't know. Oh, I see. A drone asks if you'll be in Season 3 as a main villain. Yes. Obviously, Giratina's a fool and a traitor, and I will have my revenge. A Dalek story is where you travel to the old Skaro base, which has collapsed many decades ago after you killed the hybrids mixed with Scorpius. However, we encountered the experiment 1014, and we have to deal with this. Send the script if possible throughout your story. Try and make me not join Davros. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I didn't know that. I was unaware of this. I didn't know you wanted to not join Davros. Okay, that's fine. I was unaware of this. Okay. We have a video suggestion from Stolensberger as well. It says, Pickle and the Legend Ooga Booga. Legend of Ooga Booga. What the hell is Ooga Booga? Tell me this at once. I'm confused on this. Also for Dalekcast, Requiem 3 Ascendance 2-minute preview. Okay. We also have two 60-minute videos made by Grand Army of the Republic and a 17-minute video made by Yarn Hub, all suggested by Jamie Alberding. Okay. Without further ado, let's observe and see what all of these entail. All credit will go to Dalek Giratina, DJ the Champ, who made the Ooga Booga video, Grand Army of the Republic, and Yarn Hub. Let's observe them all now. Okay, so it looks like the Ooga Booga video that you suggested, Albany, might be too long. Sorry about that. Apparently it's about 25 minutes, and I don't want the video too long. But I'll react to that separately, because I don't want it to be over an hour long. That's all. But anyway, let's have a look at that, see what this is all about then. So this is the Dalek Requiem 3 Ascendance 2-minute preview, apparently. All credit will go to Dalek Giratina. Let's observe it. Dalek Giratina. Oh yes, you stand before. Of course, the
of scarring.
Oh yes. It seems Giratina is finally on trial. Something I've been wanting to see for some time.
The charge is high treason, impurity of thought, and defiance of the imperial will. You have questioned the divine mandates of the Emperor. You have harbored records of the Forbidden Era.
I have harbored the truth.
You have harbored
My
lies.
journey is not concluded. My
I do
logic
not
remains
trust you.
untainted. My loyalty for the Dalek race is
Impossible.
not at an end. Emergency bullshit.
Good Lord, he's escaped.
Scan for life signs. Is the traitor neutralized? Scanning for life signs. No biological traces detected. No casing fragments identified. This is done. Then.
This is done.
He was vaporized. Impurity purged. Wait. My senses detect a localized temporal wake.
Explode.
Your chronon discharge. Explain. Emergency temporal shift. He utilized a forbidden maneuver. He is lost to the vortex.
Yes.
He will perish in the winds of time. We have won.
Indeed, he is lost to the winds of time. We have done what we needed to do.
All records of Giratina are to be deleted. He is one but a lot of traitors. What harm can he do?
Exactly. Dalek, Requiem, Ascendance. The final chapter. It's coming out this Christmas. Be prepared, viewers. Anyway, let's move on. Grand Army Republic next, apparently. Let's have a look and see what this is all about. Come on. No, come
Wait a minute. Stop playing alone. Make
So, does anyone know a good campfire song?
No! Nobody wants to sing a stupid song, Vader.
Well, I did write a song for Princess Peach, but it's hardly a campfire song.
I know.
For one, I'd need a piano.
Indeed, we know exactly which song you're going to sing. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand. I'm gonna love you till the very end.
And ideally, a spotlight.
What about the Dresselstein National Anthem? It's mostly just complaining about
Dresselstein.
taxes, but it has a catchy chorus.
I know a campfire songs, but they are all...
I too know a lot of songs, specifically of the Dalek variety. 1. We are the Daleks and this is our song. We are very naughty and we like to do wrong. And I'm gonna spend my Christmas with the Daleks. And I hate this fucking song so bloody much. Anyway, let's continue.
all in parcel tongue.
Let me guess. One of them is called Hiss Me Baby One More Time.
No. Maybe.
I recall a song. It's what my orcs sing as they march into battle. Very inspiring. It goes like, where there is a whip, there is a way.
Wow. A song about forced labor. Must be really catchy.
You would be surprised.
Okay, not bad. Could be better. But let's try Sauron's song, I guess.
Vader, this whole thing is ridiculous. We're wasting our time
Yeah,
here.
you
We should be
always
plotting
sing his
multiversal
song.
conquest, not roasting marshmallows like children on a field trip.
I still do not understand this concept of marshmallow roasting.
You place the marshmallow on a stick, hold it over the fire until it's golden, then press it between two crackers with chocolate.
Yes.
It's called s'more.
S'mores are
So, you burn sugar, then smash
Yeah,
it in
pretty
bread?
much.
What a strange custom.
I cannot believe I have allowed this thing to happen.
You may fair.
Team building activities are important. We've gained so many new members lately that we haven't even had time to properly get to know one another. If we are to act as a council, not just as individuals with separate agendas, we need moments like this.
I knew sending you to that leadership course was a mistake.
Say what you want, but it was very inspiring.
I don't care what we do. As long as fire is involved, I am satisfied.
You're very
Great.
obsessed with fire,
Did we
aren't
really
you?
have to choose such a
Don't
filthy
I?
place?
Also,
My silks will be ruined.
You're literally, like, your main idea is using fire against kung fu of all things.
From all this dirt.
Yeah, I never got this concept of camping either. Dirt,
Why are
bugs,
you here,
smoke,
Syndrome?
and don't
Go
get me
back
started
into
on
the
these
cave
logs.
where you
My
belong.
lair has heated floors, massage chairs, and a mini bar every 10 steps. Compared to that, this feels like torture furniture.
I don't mind nature, but it's far too tame for my taste. If we must sit around a fire, why not toss a few villagers into it?
You know, I usually prefer souls delivered fresh, not pre-barbecued. You can't even imagine how incineration makes the paperwork twice as hard. Half the time I can't even tell whose ashes belong to who. But hey, a free soul's a free soul. I'm not going to complain. Free delivery, no tip, we're good.
You know what would make this night really shine?
Oh, really?
A fireworks show. Who wants a homemade sparkler? Hey!
Stop acting like a fool, Joker.
Come on.
Fool? I've got a PhD, buddy. I am a professional harbinger of disaster.
We know
Who in their
you
right
are.
mind would give you a title?
I'm a proud graduate of Gotham State. Go Wildcats.
Gotham State, huh? Do they still take applications?
Probably.
I've been thinking about getting a summer degree in madness management.
Hey, what is going on with you?
Now, what is
I don't have
going
good
on?
experience with fire.
Look at you, a fragile sack of meat afraid of flames. Careful,
literally,
I
right?
carry a candle with me. Want me to blow it out for you?
Did someone say candle?
No!
Look, you self-righteous relic. I've burned and I still stand. You'd crumble the moment heat touched your shell.
All I see is a charred husk pretending it means something.
Guys, please. This is supposed to be a time of bonding, not bickering.
Hey, no hard feelings, big guy, but it really is kind of boring here. I've had funerals with more excitement, and trust me, I've been to a lot of funerals.
Only because we haven't opened up yet. How about this? Anyone got a good horror story? That always breaks the ice at a campfire.
Oh, I could tell one of my childhood stories. Like the time my parents forgot me at the fair. The
Wait,
rides
they forgot
closed,
you
the
at-
lights went out, and I
This
just
all.
stood there, holding a bratwurst for 12 hours.
All right, not a
Poor
bad
damn fool.
suggestion. Not bad. But that's more of a tragic rather than a horror story. Anyone else want to give it a try?
I know a lot of stories, comedies, tragedies, sometimes both. I have a story about a
What about
kid
a
who thought
comedy
flying
about
into the sun was smart. One about a man cursed to shove a rock uphill forever, and my personal favorite, a story about the guy who was part man, part steak, a medium rare classic.
I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for mythology.
Then perhaps you would prefer the story of how I clawed my way through the gladiatorial pits of Chaon to become the...
No,
You're obsessed
Megatron.
with
We
chaos.
have heard enough of your backstory.
How about the tale of Baron and Luthien? Good guys may call it beautiful, but villains like us should find it terrifying.
No offense, Sauron, but your stories are a little too complicated for us.
Yeah, I'm not sure a story that requires a world map, a family tree, and 3 hours of free time is really campfire material.
Then how about the story of Turin Turambar?
Okay. Anyone have a story that doesn't require a college degree to understand?
If it pleases you, I could share one of my tales. They mostly involve princesses, but they'll do.
Ah, now that is a story I would very much like to hear, Lady Maleficent.
Coding is changing, and it's changing for the better, and it's because coding agents are getting so good. They're getting smarter, they're getting faster, and so that...
Hard pass. I'm really not in the mood for bedtime fairy tales.
I swear I am this close to electrocuting you, Syndrome.
Hey, if you want to be really frightened, I could tell you one of mine.
No!
Absolutely not.
No chance.
What's your problem? You said you wanted terrifying stories.
Yes, but there's a difference between being terrified and being horrified.
Seriously, they are sometimes too much even for...
I mean, if it involves Harley Quinn, Batman, Robin, anything along those lines, I'm not interested.
me.
Oh, give me a break! Joker's stories are comedy gold. You guys just don't get it.
Great. So, we're getting nowhere.
Maybe we'd actually make progress if you didn't all keep shooting down my ideas. My stories are entertaining.
For the last time, Sauron, your stories are way too complicated.
Then how about you actually offer something for once? All you do is sit there and complain.
Indeed. You always seem to have something to say, yet never anything useful.
At least I don't spend every second pretending I'm above everyone, then act like the most fragile ego in the room the moment someone talks back.
Shut up, Garmadon.
He's not wrong, though. I've seen porcelain vases with thicker skin than yours.
How about you worry about your outfit, Shen? Not like you've got anything else going on.
Looks like this conversation is getting heated.
For the Allspark's sake, can you stop doing that?
Stop
Seriously, can you think beyond yourself for once? Not everyone finds open flames amusing.
Fire is who I am. I'm not about to tone it down because someone can't handle a little heat.
Right. Because everything's about you and your glorious flames. We get it. You burn things. Move along.
I didn't ask you to stand up for me.
Guess what? I didn't.
You guys lack discipline. If I was in charge, this circus wouldn't happen.
I can't listen to him anymore. Joker, don't you have duct tape or something?
Oh, so now I'm useful to you, huh? You know what? Screw you.
Once again, the men are arguing over nothing. How very predictable.
And here I was thinking I was the hot-headed one.
I feel like we skipped over the fun bonding part and went straight to family meltdown.
Guys, can we just chill?
Finally, some real fun. Forget s'mores. Feed me chaos.
Excellent work, Lord Vader. Your team building is going very well. This council has never been more united.
Stop it. All of you, just stop. Every time it turns into the same thing. Insults, bickering, pointless arguments. I hoped, this time it could be different. I wanted this council to feel closer, to have some sense of unity. I'm beginning to wonder if that's even possible.
Maybe you are right to doubt, Vader. After all, we are all very ambitious individuals, each with power and pride beyond measure. It is only natural that our egos will clash.
Perhaps it is indeed in our nature.
Look, Vader, you know I see you as a friend, but expecting this council to act like one big group of friends, that's perhaps too much.
Sometimes I honestly don't know how to feel about this group. I see you all as allies, yes. And I would like to see you as friends. But most of the time, it feels like we only tolerate each other. Nothing more.
Oh, really? That's funny. Because I actually see all of you as my friends. All right. Most of you.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Especially you, Voldy.
Really? I never thought you were capable of something so sentimental.
Exactly. Half the time, you're just making jokes at our expense.
Especially on my...
Why the heck is Garmadon here? Hasn't he already redeemed himself? By saving Lloyd countless times? I get that he's... some parts of him, yes, he is. There are evil things about him, but... yeah, yeah, there are certain bits of evilness about him, but he does tend to be kind of a good guy when he's not destroying the universe.
Mine.
Of course. You hand me material every time we meet. But hey, that doesn't mean I don't see you as a friend.
Really?
Yes, I joke at your expense, but that's what friends do. They mess with each other, they argue, and then they keep going. And you, Voldemort, you've got this mix of pride and stubbornness that makes you fun to mess with, but also someone I respect. That's why I like you.
Wow, that is the nicest thing you ever said to me.
Yeah, don't get too used to it. Look, all of you are great in your own ways. Ozai, you're arrogant, sure, but it's real confidence, and I like how you believe in yourself. Vader, I like him because out of all of us, he's the one who actually cares. Always. Insidious. I like him because he holds this group to a higher standard. Not in a friendly way, but he keeps us sharp.
Now, we need to use the images to create a 3D model. This is actually...
You know, as strange as it might sound from me, I do find a kind of fun in this group, if that's what you want to call it.
You know, I nitpick your fashion choices a lot, but I suppose I do that because I kind of like you. If I truly didn't care, I'd let you keep embarrassing yourselves. Someone has to look out for you.
I still don't like you.
Yeah, me neither.
That doesn't mean I don't respect you, though.
Yeah, same.
Whoa! What is going on? In the span of like 4 minutes, we moved from insults to hugs and bonding again? How did that happen? Did I miss an act?
You'll get used to it. Somehow they manage to solve every conflict they have in a matter of minutes.
All right, let's not just sit here, guys. Let's actually have a conversation for once.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Hard to believe. It actually worked. They're bonding.
Indeed, it seems miracles do exist.
I must admit, Hades, I'd kind of like to have that fiery hair of yours. Tell me, how do you do it?
Well, simple. Practice, patience, and a healthy amount of rage management. It took me a while to hit that just right balance between Inferno and Fabulous.
Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, now pull it out.
At last, perfection.
By the way, I was thinking about adding a piece of jewelry. I kinda like the style of your ring. Could you make one for me?
Well, sure. Just let me know, gold or silver, with or without a jewel. I can even add a personalized inscription that only shows up when the ring touches fire.
That would be nice, actually.
And what about grills? Could you make me one of those? With diamonds, of course.
I was never asked to forge teeth jewelry before. Yet, I do not shy from the challenge.
I must say, Maleficent, the cut of your dress is exquisite. Sharp, commanding, yet elegant. Where did you have it made?
I wove it myself. Weeks of work, but every stitch was worth it.
Okay, how about this one? Do you know why I never trust stairs?
Because you're paranoid?
Because they're always up to something.
Not a bad joke, but why did you have to mention stairs when I'm reacting to this video? You know I don't like stairs.
Ha! Alright, that was a good one.
Actually, if you really think about it, I'm not just a villain. I'm a visionary.
Let me enlighten you. This is going to be a running theme, but I don't like stairs. They're bumpy, they're rough, they're coarse, and we get everywhere.
A futurist.
Okay. Anyone want to switch partners before I turn him into a Bluetooth speaker?
You know, once I actually wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, really? What subject? Hissing 101?
Laugh all you want, but it is good to know more languages.
We're back
What would you do if you needed help and were only surrounded by snakes?
Easy. In my world, snakes speak English.
You know, Vader,
Snakes are cool.
I'll admit it, you handled that situation surprisingly
Oh,
well.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, you used to work with snakes. Well, until you threw them down, until you abandoned them and replaced them with a stone army or whatever it is.
Good work.
That almost sounds like you're proud of me.
Don't push it, Vader. I'm merely saying you didn't disappoint me. Which, by my standards, is practically parental affection.
All right. Thank you, Master. Would you like some s'mores?
And ruined weeks of my diet? No chance. Now, if you'll excuse me, my apprentice, I believe Lady Maleficent could use some more refined company.
Very well. I guess with this, we will end today's episode. Our dear viewers, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel, where you can find new videos like these every single week. If you'd like to directly support my channel, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Special thanks belong to Council Overlord supporters: Sanada, Zach Pugh, Lord Petaris, Antonio Ranza, Toshineko, Lord Vesnan, Vengeful Destroyer, Final Boss Josh, McCord Bateman, Mati Ninja Gamer, Matthew Green, Noah Shane 45, Man Mana, and Matthew McGonigal. See you soon, and as always, for the Republic.
Hold on. Wait, is that Kratos? Oh damn, that's Kratos.
This mullet is sick.
Why is Kratos here?
Welcome to the Pepsi.
My goodness, finally, after countless sessions of aimless bickering, emotional outbursts, and whatever that thing with the karaoke night was, we are planning to conquer the multiverse.
Wait, hold up, what? You guys had a karaoke night and didn't invite me?
Well, you were nowhere to be found. Highlight of the evening was Ozai and Hades singing Firework by Katy Perry.
What the hell?
Yeah, and we nailed it. We did the hottest duet since Matches Met Gasoline.
The stage couldn't contain our brilliance.
Yeah, no kidding. You set it on fire.
That's called stage presence.
It is called arson.
Yeah, well, maybe the stage shouldn't have been so flammable in the first place.
I couldn't say it better.
If the show doesn't end with property damage, assault, or police sirens, is it even worth watching?
Yeah, they were at least entertaining. Unlike Megatron's attempt at Let It Go. I was honestly considering putting myself into an eternal sleep.
I did the best I could given such an inadequate environment. The acoustics were simply unworthy of my voice.
Oh, sure, blame the walls, Mega Diva. If anything, my ears were unworthy of the trauma.
I chose somebody that I used to know to reflect the betrayal of those closest to me.
And you reflected it with a whimper.
That song captured my pain. It was emotional.
It was embarrassing.
All right, that's enough. We're getting derailed again. I was giving up on this council actually accomplishing anything, but we finally have some focus. Let's not waste it.
You see, Master? A single team-building exercise. And suddenly we're operating like a well-oiled war machine. Every mind pointed squarely at multiversal conquest.
Not now, Lord Vader. With our combined might and my manual for intermediate Sith, we shall subjugate the multiverse, one world at a time, until every reality kneels before us. And I would like to thank Sauron for graciously volunteering as this council's official bookkeeper.
You can thank me by not stretching our budget more than necessary. I am looking at you, Joker.
Giant pie cannon loaded with acid pies is an absolute necessity.
Funding pastry-based war crimes does not count as a necessity.
It's not a war crime if it's funny.
Sauron is right. Enough with these ridiculous suggestions.
That includes your proposed 100-meter hologram of yourself, Sidious.
What? But how am I supposed to make the citizens tremble at the mere sight of me?
Build a stone statue. It's cheaper.
Stone statue?
Yeah, I prefer holograms. They're better. I've done holograms before. I think you saw my hologram during Thingamajiggy.
Fine, but I want it to look menacing, and at least 60 meters tall.
The best I can give you is 45.
This is exactly why I dissolved the Senate.
Finally, we make a move. The time has come to unleash the full weight of our forces upon the multiverse. My Decepticons are ready, fueled, armed, and hungry for conquest. Our combined armies will spread across the multiverse like a storm, destroying everything in our way, pressing forward without pause until all resistance collapses and the multiverse bows before us.
Seriously, how many hours a week do you dedicate to evil?
Personally, my Daleks would be ready for this, but you haven't invited us. You're conquering the multiverse without me. They're conquering the multiverse without me.
Evil
I don't
monologue.
wish to sound like Donna Noble, but they had the universal, multiversal conquering without me.
Rehearsal, because this was disturbingly smooth.
All in due time, Megatron. Yes, your forces will prove invaluable when the time comes, but we cannot rely on brute force alone. If we are to truly conquer the multiverse, we must be more cunning in our endeavors.
Come on, Master. With millions of troops at our command, what's the point in scheming? We could crush the multiverse before lunch and still make it home for dinner.
Fajita meets Friday. Old El Paso, make some noise.
You love going to parties in your new shoes. Everything just flows until it doesn't. Compede's Blister Plaster with hydrocolloid technology for fast healing provides instant pain relief to get you back to flowing. And now, try Compede's discreet cold sore patch.
Can I skip this, please? Thank you.
Why overthink it when we can just smash through everything?
Because, Vader, even if we intend to rule through strength, we still need a foundation of legitimacy. Without it, we'll spend all our time quelling uprisings, not enjoying the fruits of conquest. Careful planning, political control, manipulation. That is how lasting empires are forged.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Charging in with brute force is so predictable, but weaving a plan, pulling strings from the shadows, that's how true rulers take what they want and keep it.
I'm delighted we see eye to eye, Lady Maleficent.
Totally. You don't need to bench 225 to take over the world. Just bind a few souls, stir up some chaos, and then start aiming the big brutes in the right direction. Let them do the stomping while I'll be the one holding the leash. Why fight a war when you can write the script?
This approach reeks of cowardice.
Well said. The Fire Nation didn't rise through whispers. We rose through flames. The world remembers power when it scorches their skies.
Set the world ablaze if you must. I prefer to own it.
Look, I understand everyone has their methods. But I assure you, strategic manipulation is the most effective path. After all, and I say this with all due respect, I am the only one here who was able to conquer at least a galaxy.
Yeah, and you conveniently left out the part where you stood at the very end of a 1,000-year Sith scheme. You just happened to be there when it all paid off.
I prefer to think of it as excellent timing.
So again, they're battling they're conquering the multiverse without me. And yes, I know I had my fair share of multiversal conquest thanks to a certain blue Lego crazy megalomaniac who wanted to collect the elements, such as the foundation elements. That's what I'm talking about. Lord Vortek, yes. If he hadn't gotten if he hadn't have failed, then my plan would have won, and I would have conquered the multiverse without his interference. Once I was going to get him out of the way, once the multiverse was completely conquered, and I would have achieved victory, but for some reason, my stupidity knew no limits. Because the Doctor shrunk me.
I prefer to think of it as riding a very long coattail.
You are forgetting I did my part as well. I executed the final, most critical phase. It is not my fault the other Sith couldn't finish the job.
Putting the cherry on top of a cake doesn't mean one can take credit for baking it.
Oh, spare me the pastry-based philosophy, Lord Vader.
I'm with Sidious on this one. I command a devoted force of followers myself, but I don't waste them on brute shows of power yet. As a matter of fact, as we speak, I'm running a scheme to get Dumbledore, the so-called greatest wizard to ever live, out of my way.
Well done, Voldy. Deal with the elderly wizard first, and once you destroy magical kindergarten, there will be no one left standing in your way.
For me, the direct approach always worked best. No elaborate scheming. Just grab the princess, lock the castle, and let the hero exhaust himself jumping over spikes.
Good Lord.
Exactly. Why overcomplicate things? What about you, Joker? You look like someone who values impulsive mayhem over careful scheming.
Oh, on the contrary, my cherie. I may look like a maniac who stumbled out of a fireworks factory wearing a grin, but let me let you in on a little secret. I plan everything very carefully, down to the minute, down to the color of the smoke when it all goes boom. Every explosion, every scream, every punchline is carefully choreographed.
Choreographed?
Chaos
Really?
is an orchestra, and I am its conductor.
You're the clown prince
I write
of chaos.
symphonies of anarchy.
Okay. He just got way creepier.
Yeah, he just jumped from weird to deeply disturbing.
Control and careful planning is key to long-term success. One smart move can do more than 1,000 attacks.
Typical human behavior.
Cunning is easily the best type of intelligent thinking. We're not brutes. We don't have brute strength. They're all amateurs. Dalek intelligence works better. That's why Dalek power is stronger than any of these fools, because it's a mental thing. Intelligence comes with strength. The strongest thing is not muscles or what of these techno things are. It's intelligence. It is the will to strive and conquer. That is why I should have taken the lead of leading this multiverse and led these pathetic cretins out of the way.
Face it, You scheme because you're too weak to win a real fight.
At least I don't need a metal suit to act tough. Try conquering something without hiding in a tin can, alien. Why waste energy smashing walls when a quiet plan can open doors for you?
Keep talking, little man. When you're done opening doors, I'll already be standing inside.
Looks like we're pretty evenly divided on this.
Brilliant deduction, my apprentice. Your mastery of basic math is unmatched.
What about you, Sauron? You still haven't given your opinion on this.
I don't know. It really depends. Sometimes I smash my enemies with a great army. Sometimes I unravel them from the inside. But if I had to choose, I think I would prefer scheming. It is way more fun. Like this one time, I got myself captured by the Númenóreans, talked my way into their court, and convinced their king to attack the gods. The whole island sank. Great day.
Manipulating an entire civilization into its own extinction. Ha, classic.
What can I say? I'm a master manipulator. It's kind of my thing.
Sure, master manipulator. Says the guy who poured his entire power into one piece of jewelry and lost it. Brilliant move, genius.
Look, in my defense, I was... Wait, what did you just say?
What? That you lost your all-powerful ring and replaced it with a fake one. I am just saying that losing your ultimate source of power seems careless. But hey, happens to the best of us.
Wait, you lost your ring?
What is he talking about?
Is he serious?
Enough of your nonsense, Bill. I don't know what kind of scheme you're running, but I will not have you spreading lies for your amusement.
What? I'm not lying. You guys seriously didn't know. Come on, Vader, back me up here. You know what I'm talking about, right? Sauron told you everything.
You're the only one who knows this.
Your secret is safe with me.
Wow. No ring this whole time?
Wait, how did you...
Vader. You told him? I trusted you.
Wait, I didn't tell anybody.
So just to be clear, you really lost your big evil super ring.
And you never told us.
Naturally. He makes a colossal mistake, hides it, and pretends everything is perfectly fine. Classic male behavior.
Why hide something that big?
Come on, Bill, how could you? That's a secret Sauron only says to give him more power.
This is a video recording of the model testing the code I just wrote. And it's...
Because it's none of your business, that's why. My affairs are my own.
It is our business when you parade around like some unstoppable god, while you can't even keep track of the source of your own power.
Splitting your soul into 7 chunks doesn't seem that ridiculous anymore, does it?
Look,
I really expected more from you, Sauron.
Tell me, Sauron, how strong are you without that ring of yours?
Careful with your words. Do not question my strength.
Don't act surprised. You made a big deal out of your ring. We are right to ask questions.
How much strength did you put in that thing anyway?
I'm still powerful without it. Losing it isn't that big of a deal.
If it's not that big of a deal, then why did you hide it from us?
You speak proudly, Sauron. Yet somehow your tone doesn't convince me.
You know what? Forget this. I don't need to sit here and be judged by any of you. I am out of here.
Sauron, wait!
No, I've had enough. Leave me alone.
Excellent. Nothing like an emotional breakdown to end a productive...
reasonable crash out from Sauron. Then again, there's another way you can get a ring. Sauron. By going to Leyndell and acquiring the Elden
meeting.
Well, I hope you're all proud of yourselves.
What is that supposed to mean? We did nothing wrong.
Yeah, Sauron is the one who kept secrets, not us.
And can you blame him? This is exactly what he feared. Judgment, doubt, and all of you questioning his strength.
What were we supposed to do? Pretend it didn't matter?
You could have shown a little restraint, a little understanding. We've all seen what he's capable of. We've seen the lands he rules. Do you think he could do that if he were weak?
He's got the point there.
Besides, his value goes far beyond his strength. Do you really think we'll find a better accountant in the entire multiverse?
He is indeed crazy good with numbers, I will give him that.
All right. Perhaps we were too harsh on him. But tell me, Vader, why did you tell his secret to Bill?
For the last time, I didn't tell Bill anything.
Then how did he know?
All right, Bill. Explain yourself.
Come on.
How did you... Bill? Where is he? I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh dear.
Stupid Vader. I should have never trusted him with my secret. Who do they think they are? Judging me like that. They toss around words like power without even knowing what it truly means. I should fill out a few invoices to calm myself. Wait, this isn't my ledger book. Manual for Intermediate Sith? How did I... doesn't matter. I'll just return it.
Hey, Sauron! Why the long face? Or is that just your helmet? It's really hard to tell, you know?
Screw you, Bill. I'm not in the mood for your jokes.
Whoa! Easy there, big guy! I'm not here to mess with you. I didn't mean to humiliate you like that, and I actually feel bad. I want to make it up for you.
Make it up for me? How?
Simple! I can help you find your precious little ring.
What? You could really... No. Why should I trust you? I'm not that stupid, Bill.
I'm serious, big guy. The ritual on page 421, it opens your mind to higher power. Lets you reach farther, feel more, and even touch the thoughts of others. And through them, you can for sure find your ring.
Is this really true? Wait a minute. I can't read any of this. I don't know the Sith language. How do I know it is not one of your tricks, Bill?
Look, if you've got doubts, let's make a deal. Bind my words by contract. Boom! No lies, no tricks. I'll even help you translate what to say. Believe me, some of those Sith words are a nightmare to pronounce.
And what do you want in return, Bill?
What do I want? Just the satisfaction of helping my buddy. I feel generous today. So, what do you say, Sauron?
Oh dear.
I am worried. Maybe I should go check on him.
No. Give him time to cool off. He'll come back when he's ready.
What has happened?
Yeah, let him vent. Nobody stays mad forever. Trust me, I've seen it. Everyone down in the underworld shows up furious, and they all calm down sooner or later.
Besides, no need to search. Look, he's already coming back.
Wait, really? Hey, Sauron. Listen, about earlier.
He's got his
I'm really sorry. They've gone a bit too far. Sauron?
Wait a minute. What is that aura around Sauron?
Oh, that's
Wait,
usually him.
Vader, get away from him.
Vader!
What was that for?
Why did you do that?
Bill.
He's finally got his power again. That was fun. Anyway, my fellow subjects, let's continue. We got this Yarn Hub video that we need to have a look at.
Maybe. You like
It all starts with this
ChatGPT best.
It's November the 4th, 1944, and the US 28th Infantry Division is trapped in a meat grinder deep in the Hurtgen Forest. Major Robert T. Hazlitt watches in horror as he sees a German Panther power out of the Hurtgen Forest and roll towards a foxhole with his men inside. Hazlitt shouts to warn his men, but the Panther's tracks roll over the hole and keep going. Hazlitt grabs his radio and orders everyone to fall back immediately. If they're going to survive this, they're going to need reinforcements and American armor. A mile away, 9 Sherman tanks from the 707th Tank Battalion are drowning in mud, fighting their way through the forest. Platoon leader Lieutenant Raymond Fleeg rides atop the lead Sherman. Suddenly, his tank lurches with a huge blast underneath it. Inside their shouts and confusion, they realize they've hit a German mine. Fortunately, no one's injured, but now the lead tank is stuck in the mud, blocking everyone else on a narrow path. Thinking quickly, Fleeg orders for a tow cable and gets his platoon sergeant to strap the next tank in line to the crippled Sherman, using it as an anchor.
4 Days of Hell.
The tank slowly goes around.
And the video here is called 4 Days of Hell made by Yarn Hub. And video before that was called Brute Strength and Scheming. The other one was called Palpatine Council Villains Team Building. Yeah, so, yeah. Thanks for those videos. By the way, Grand Army Republic.
Almost slides down the gorge, but the cable holds. They manage to get one tank around the disabled Sherman. The rest of the Shermans are going to take forever to be free and out of the mud. Fleeg knows he can't wait around. He climbs onto the operable Sherman, orders its commander to stay with the remaining tanks and catch up once they can. He slams the hatch shut and the lone Sherman churns off. Back on the front, without armor support, Hazlitt leads his battered infantry as they pull back into a village. In the distance, a 45-ton Panther lurches forward, followed by a column of Panzer IVs. It's at that moment that Hazlitt hears another engine right behind him. It's an American Sherman that rolls into view, covered in mud, branches, and scraps of forest. Hazlitt runs to the tank and points towards the many Panzers on the rise. Fleeg is vastly outnumbered, but he nods grimly, and the Sherman surges forward. Inside a German Panther, its commander scans the American positions ahead. The infantry are scattered in foxholes and in the village. They're worn out and exposed. He orders the driver to accelerate and charge the enemy to take out the village. The driver pushes the pedal and the Panther advances. 200 yards away, Fleeg brings his Sherman up onto a crest and sees the Panther's long 75mm gun pointed towards the retreating American infantry. Its side is open. It's a perfect shot. Fleeg gives the enemy position to the gunner. The target is set on the Panther. The Sherman fires. The shell cuts through the cold air and hits heavily into the Panther's side with a bright flash. But there's no penetration, just a thud. The Panther stops. Fleeg snaps out the next order. Again, fire! The second round hits, but still, there's nothing. Fleeg is confused. Then he hears the loader telling him there are only high explosive shells in the ready rack. A chill runs down Fleeg's spine. In the chaos of the mud trail, he switched into another Sherman, and the previous commander loaded high explosive shells in the ready rack, not armor piercing.
Get me AP! Move!
The loader reaches for the sponson rack to grab the AP rounds, but his hands begin to shake.
I can't get to the AP, sir! The turret's in the way!
It's the worst possible scenario. To reach the armor-piercing rounds, they have to move the turret away from the target in the middle of a tank battle. Instinctively, Fleeg orders the gunner to turn it. Every second feels deadly. His eyes are locked onto the enemy's muzzle brake. Then something strange happens. The Panther's hatches open. Inside the Panther, panic is breaking out. Stunned by the two heavy hits, the crew think the tank is about to burn. The Germans scramble out, expecting fire or ammunition cooking off inside. But there's no flames, no signs of penetration. The German commander grabs his binoculars and looks for the enemy. It's then he sees the Sherman with its turret traversed. The American tank has hit them, but with the wrong ammunition. Evacuating was a terrible mistake. They've lost the advantage. The Panther crew scramble back on board again, all the while under fire from the American infantry. Their mistake buys Fleeg a few precious seconds. The turret finally comes to a halt. Now the loader can quickly grab the sponson rack. He hauls up armor-piercing rounds as fast as he can, clinging to them as his life depends upon it. At the same time, the Panther's turret begins to swing towards them. Inside the German tank, the driver revs the engine to build hydraulic pressure. Inside Fleeg's Sherman, the gunner fights to bring his own gun back to position. The two steel war machines turn their turrets together in a race to get their guns on target. The loader slams the M61 armor-piercing shell into the breach. But the Panther gets there first.
Fire!
It's a high-velocity 75mm shell that emerges from a cloud of fire. It flashes across the gap and whistles just over Fleeg's turret. It's missed. The German commander gasps. They're left with a vulnerable side open to enemy fire. The Panther begins to turn and its turret follows, rotating slower than the hull is turning. The Sherman gunner has the Panther in his sights. He fires. The shell streaks in and smashes into the Panther's gun barrel, splitting it clean apart. For a moment, nobody in Fleeg's tank can believe it. An impossible, lucky shot. Inside the Panther, the commander shouts for another shot, but his order is met by a pale face from the gunner.
We do full fibre broadband, so you can do live hyperoptic full fibre that's in your corner.
Bloody ads happening every bloody time.
The German big cat is now a toothless wreck.
Mein Gott.
Fleeg doesn't give them time to recover. The armor-piercing round tears into the Panther's hull. Then another, the left side rips open and flames burst out. The German tank catches fire. None of the crew escape the inferno. Fleeg's men cheer, but he's already looking past the burning wreck. 3 Panzer IVs are coming up behind it. They spread out and start forward. If Fleeg is going to survive this, he has to fire faster than the Germans.
Gunner shot, tank, 180.
The gun swings to the nearest Panzer IV.
Fire.
The shell punches straight through the German tank and knocks it out in a single blow. The Panzer IV is nowhere near as resilient as the Panther. The Sherman shifts to the next target, but this time the Germans aim faster. The Panzer gun fixes on the Sherman, but another shell slams into the Panzer and blows it apart. Through the smoke, over the crest of the hill, 2 mud-covered Germans emerge. It's Fleeg's tanks, and they're finally here to the rescue. For the first time in the morning, Fleeg lets himself smile. Now, they have the upper hand. The last Panzer IV swings its turret and tries to fire on the move. But the shot goes wide. That is its last chance. Fleeg's gunner steadies, fires, and sends a round straight through the turret. The Panzer IV dies where it stands. With the Panther burning and the lead panzers knocked out, the German attack begins to falter. Smoke goes out, engines reverse, and the surviving tanks pull away from the American positions. Fleeg tracks a backing Panzer IV. It turns, throws mud from its tracks, and disappears into the smoke. Miles away, an escaping Panzer rattles into the command area of the 116th Panzer Division. General Major Siegfried von Wardenberg listens to the report. Several Panzers and a Panther are lost.
Wie viele?
3 Sherman-Panzer.
It's an unexpected defeat. Enemy tanks are few, but they might get reinforcements. The Americans must be eliminated, and he cannot hesitate. He orders to send all the remaining panzers in their direction and burn everything to the ground. The German tank engines cough to life in the mist, and 13 Panthers begin moving towards the village, followed by Panzer IVs and infantry. The Germans settle onto the far slope and take up their positions just outside of bazooka range. Their tanks cover the infantry and keep firing towards American positions in the village. For the Americans, reinforcements are scarce, but M10 tank destroyers led by First Lieutenant Turney W. Leonard from the 893rd Tank Destroyer Battalion arrive on the scene. Fleeg, Hazlitt, and Leonard get orders to start a counterattack. Despite their losses, they formulate an attack plan. With the Germans positioned on the hill and covered by trees, Fleeg decides to take his Shermans up to the crest and draw fire. While all tanks are looking at him, Leonard is going to swing right and get behind their armor in his M10s. If they can take out the armor, they can then clear the way for the infantry. The morning brings fog, and the M10 destroyers peel off to the right, through the mist, heading the long way round. The 3 Shermans grind up towards the crest. Through the fog, Fleeg spots German armor on the opposite side, hidden between trees and hay. The Shermans are about to draw the fire of an entire German line. But Fleeg pushes his doubts to the back of his mind and gives the order to target one of the panzers in the middle. The shell screams over the field and bursts in the trees right beside a panzer. Immediately, German crews scramble back into their tanks and hastily look for the source of the fire. Muzzles flash as Panthers and Panzer IVs swing their turrets and begin firing upon the ridge. Shells whip low over the rise and smash through the branches, ripping apart tree trunks behind the Shermans. The enemy has taken the bait.
Driver, back us down, now!
The Shermans drop behind the reverse slope. Just as they reach safety, Fleeg is already giving the next order. All three Shermans work the same drill, climbing to the crest, firing fast and dropping back behind the hill before the return fire lands. From the Germans' perspective, they keep seeing flashes from different points on the crest. To them, it looks like the American armor is everywhere.
Gesamtes Feuer auf diesen Hügel konzentrieren!
The Germans hammer the crest. Tank fire, mortars and artillery are crashing onto the ridge. One Sherman falls back, wrapped in smoke, with a damaged turret that's stuck. The fire is becoming too heavy to handle. Across the field, Leonard's tank destroyers are desperately trying to get in position. The enemy tanks and infantry clearly don't see them coming, firing away at the Shermans. Their risky plan is working. They just need to get closer to surprise the enemy firing from the flank. Suddenly, Leonard feels a strong jolt. He looks over the edge to see his M10 is now grounded on a stump or a rock. He looks left just as another M10 loses traction in churned mud. The whole flank attack starts to grind to a halt. Crews try to climb out, but the German infantry spot them almost at once. Mortars start falling around the American armor, and their open turrets become deadly traps. Machine gun fire snaps out from the tree line. Even stuck, the M10s are still powerful enough to kill German armor, but under such heavy fire, they can't acquire a target.
No eyes on target, sir!
Leonard grabs his binoculars and climbs out of his M10.
Get ready to fire. I'll get to the eyes on target.
Bullets whip past him as he runs towards the nearest slope. Up the slope, he sees panzers screened behind hay, with firing lanes cut through them. Leonard turns and runs back. There's a crack, and he realizes a bullet has hit him in the arm. He stifles a scream of pain, but pushes it down to keep moving. He staggers back to the American M10s and bangs the hull of the nearest one.
Taste that! 200 yards! The burst right!
The M10's 3-inch gun swings and its cannon fires with a hard, flat crack. Leonard runs back again towards the Germans before the smoke clears. On the hill, the two remaining Shermans keep working the crest. Fleeg looks right hopefully, expecting to see Leonard's M10s getting into position, but instead, he sees them bunched up. Only a couple of 100 yards away, they're nowhere near the enemy line, and they're not moving. Fleeg can retreat from the hill and save what is left of his platoon, but if he does, every Panther and Panzer IV will turn onto the stranded M10s. If he can give them a fighting chance, he has to do that.
Our souls down there need our help. Maintain fire!
To his left, a Sherman rolls up to take a shot. As it does, it lingers just half a second too long. It's enough for a German gunner to get a target. The German shell bursts right in front of the tank. For a moment, it looks finished. Then it backs down through the fire, still miraculously alive. But once it reaches a slope, it stops. Inside the turret, the gunner grabs the manual traverse and tries to crank the gun around. There's nothing. The shock has jammed the turret ring. Now 2 of Fleeg's 3 tanks are crippled. Only his tank is fully operational, and he keeps it moving. He brings it up one more time, and this time sees the side of a German tank through the smoke.
Gunner, AP tank 600. On the way.
The AP round streaks across the field and hits hard. The German tank jerks sideways and flames punch out of the hull. It's another kill for Fleeg, but he pays for it immediately. A returning shell strikes the ground, ricocheting up and slamming straight into a Sherman's turret ring. His gunner yowls through the bursts outside.
I can't traverse.
Now all 3 Shermans can't fight back. Fleeg throws one last glance towards Leonard's M10s. His heart's in his mouth as he sees Leonard running from cover to cover between bursts of fire and directing the M10s upon the enemy positions. Then his hope turns to horror as he sees a mortar explode right next to his comrade. Leonard goes down hard. The blast shatters his left arm below the shoulder. Everything around him is a blur. He sees medics running up to him with morphine. One of them leans down and insists on moving him immediately. Leonard shakes his head. He knows the Germans are closing in.
Leave me a rifle and get the hell out of here.
It's the last time that anyone sees him alive.
Looks like he'd probably die.
There's nothing more Fleeg can do.
Pull back.
The Shermans back away from the crest and head for the shallow draw north, out of the direct line of fire. The Germans realize the American armor has yielded the ridge and begin their advance. Artillery, mortars, and tank fire sweep the field and the village from end to end. Behind the trees, Fleeg stands behind his wounded Sherman and watches Hazlitt as the last infantry pull back through the mud. Fleeg has orders to destroy and cripple any Shermans that he leaves on the field. A crewman climbs onto Fleeg's Sherman with a hand grenade and a wire at the ready, but Fleeg stops him.
Let me do it.
He takes the grenade and climbs onto the hull. Tying it to a hatch with a wire, he reaches down into his Sherman's turret for the last time. The men start down into the dark gorge and hear the dying explosions of their tank. The trees swallow them almost at once. The slopes are slick with mud and broken branches, so the men form a human chain, one hand on the shoulder or bout of the man ahead, feeling their way through the black forest. Then the enemy mortars find them. Shells crash into the gorge and rip through the retreating column. The men lose their grip and the chain breaks. One group is driven off into the underbrush and disappears in the darkness, never to walk out again. Around midnight, Lieutenant Fleeg and 6 exhausted soldiers finally reach the American assembly area at Vossenac. Of the more than 2,200 men of the Bloody Bucket Division who go into the fight, little more than 300 make it out. Lieutenant Colonel Raymond E. Fleeg survived the war and was awarded the Silver Star for his actions in the Battle of Hurtgen Forest. Lieutenant Turney W. Leonard was posthumously given the Medal of Honor. His body was found in 1950 and returned to the US. He's buried in Dallas, Texas. Click here to see the last epic tank battle of the 20th century. It wasn't just a clash of steel, it was the ultimate showdown between American firepower and Soviet design.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good video. Anyway, my fellow subjects, I hope you enjoyed this video today. See you all in the next video then, viewers. Farewell.